with eXp Realty and Explore My Town, Valdosta. And today I have the honor of interviewing Jeffrey Daniel with Tech Squad Incorporated. Jeffrey served in many different roles throughout his years, for Director of IT Services for a major medical practice to running independent IT companies throughout South Georgia. In 2014, he decided to start his own IT company because he saw the need for an honest and dependable IT service company in the area. Over the past several years, Tech Squad Incorporated has grown from a one-man business to now having multiple people and technicians. As a company, Tech Squad's purpose is to deliver high-quality networking services and products to make companies' technology reliable and dependable. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Susan, for having me today.
Yes, and Jeffrey is also the Vice President of our BNI chapter, Winnersville, and you're always welcome to join us for a couple of visits if you have a small business and are looking to network with other business owners and doing business by referrals. You can contact either myself or Jeffrey about that. So Jeffrey, one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on today was because you have a new division in your business, don't you?
We do. Primarily, I started my business in 2013, 2014. Started it, and primarily our business has been business to business. We service business clients and business clients only. But, March, a year ago today, actually, this wonderful thing hit our world called COVID.
Yes, sir.
And it changed the whole biz/lifestyle for everybody. And so I really got to thinking about that, and we spent a large amount of time going through things in our business, trying to figure out, our clients were sending people home to work and sending people to work remotely. So we were struggling as a company to try to keep up with how do we support those people in a remote environment and still maintain the security of the business. Yeah. So with that, we kind of got to thinking even further of, okay, there's a lot that's going on in the world today. Maybe we need to explore a residential side to our business. So that's exactly what you're talking about. We looked at a way of performing the same types of services and the same quality of service that we provide for our business customers, but do it on a residential level, so that and I'll talk more a little later about the importance of it and why it's important for someone like us to be watching after your data and your security of what's going on and how things are going.
Well, I know that it's important, and here's why. The population of our country is moving. I know that as a real estate broker. I just talked to a lady today who is moving down here, not only to be near her children, but also she has worked out a deal. She lives in Baltimore, Maryland. You're going to love this. She lives in Baltimore, Maryland right now. She wants to move to Adel, and she has worked a deal out with her employer. She works with a bank. And so she handles documents and imaging and processing, for home equity lines of credit and things like that, So it has to be very secure. So
Right.
as I talked to this lady, I realized that as a BNI member, I may have a referral for you here when she moves down here. And she's not an isolated case. A lot of people
Right.
are negotiating with their employers to work in more desirable areas for them. Like this lady is moving down here because her children live here and her new grandson lives here. So she worked it out. And I heard this on the news the other day, that people are moving away from California and they're moving to other areas, but they're keeping their job because
Right.
COVID helped us to have this new normal where people work from home and they need protection for their computers, and they need high-speed internet, so the whole technology and IT world is going to start booming, I think, in the next, not that it didn't already, but
It's funny. It's funny that you say, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
yeah, that's okay.
It's funny that you said the new normal, because in April of last year, COVID had come, and the middle of March we had shut the country down, and they said it was for 2 weeks, and 2 weeks led into a month, and a month led into a year,
Yeah.
and parts of the country is still shut down. And we started having conversations in our business of, okay, what does this new normal coming out of COVID? What does the new normal look like? Because this is every decade, every 2 or 3 decades, you get something that totally transforms the landscape of the world. 20 years ago, it was 9/11. 9/11 hit, it totally transformed the whole security of the airports and everything that goes along with that. Well, fast forward 20 years later, COVID hits, and it's transformed the landscape of business, everybody's everyday life, how they function, how they go to the grocery store, how they go to work, how they pump their gas, how they do the things that they do. And we started having that conversation of, what does this new normal look like? Well, I made the comment then, everybody has talked about cloud computing for years and years and years. Cloud computing,
Mm-hmm.
cloud computing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nobody really understood what cloud computing was until you were forced into it. Nobody understood the level that it could be secure until you're forced into it.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody was willing to take that risk until you were forced in. Well, then once you're forced into it, you find out that it's not so bad. It's not a bad thing to have a way for people to work remotely and to deal with the things that they need to deal with remotely. And actually, what a lot of our customers have come up with is, they don't have to have the overhead. They still have their offices and that kind of stuff, but they're burning less electricity. They're using less water. They're using less water, and it shifts the focus from the business back to the person. Which led us into our residential platform of, okay, now people are working from home on their computers that they use every day. One, the business needs to be secure, and one of our BNI partners, Jared Murray, he talks every week about the security and the legalities of people working from home and things that they need to have in place.
Yeah.
One of those things is the technology piece needs to be there. You need to have someone monitoring their stuff at home as well. And for those that just have home computers,
Mm-hmm.
the importance of having someone looking after your technology at home. Because let's face it, most people, if you're at work, you're not going to be checking your bank account, your personal bank account at work a lot. You're not going to be doing buying transactions at work a lot. You're not going to be doing a lot of the things that you do on a daily basis. You're not going to do that on your work computer. You're going to wait till you get home. Well, guess what? You're putting your credit card information, you're putting your banking information, putting all your usernames and passwords into your computer at home. But the real question is, how secure is that? Who's looking out for the security of that part of it?
Mm-hmm.
We look after businesses, but my personal belief is it's actually more important for you to look at your home stuff than it is your work stuff, because that's where all of your data is. That's where people can really get you.
Yeah, so. It's true. It's true. And I learned this a long time ago, when we were going through the financial crash of 2006, 7, and 8, we were going to seminars that were being held by Secret Service and FBI agents and telling us how to protect our clients, because we were helping our clients dispose of property that they may have overpaid for, called a short sale, right? So we would go, and they would tell us, look, you need to have some type of secure connection before you put this information in, because you as a real estate professional are being targeted. And I know personally of a couple of situations where money was wired to the wrong account because the real estate agent's email address was hacked into, and they contacted the client and said, here is your new wiring instructions for your closing that's happening in a week or whatever. And they wired the money, and, you know,
The receiver never got it.
And they never got it, you know, and, you know, the hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, lost. Nothing.
I guess the real question for our viewers is, you know, how much would you pay to make sure that your stuff is secure? I mean, how much? I guess a better way to value that question is, how much is your bank account worth to you?
Right.
You know, if someone got a hold to your banking information and wiped you out, how much is that worth to you? Mm-hmm. So with our residential solutions, you know, for a small fee a month, you know, for our biggest package, it's only $22.50 a month.
And what is that? 4 Starbucks a month, right?
Yeah, that's what, 4 Starbucks a month. Would you sacrifice 4 Starbucks a month to know that your data and your computer's secure at home, and somebody's actually that knows what they're doing is looking out for your data and looking out for the security of your information on your computer? That's the real question, and that's how I like to try to pose it to people: is what is it really worth to you? We, with our residential services, you know, we have 3 different levels for people to choose from. One starts at $10. The lowest one is $10. The next one is $15, and the next one is $22.50. So, you know, depending upon which level you go in at, what's your information really worth? I can tell you on the flip side of that, on the dark web, your information is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Someone pays.
Is there really though? The dark web. Is it?
Yes.
Really exist?
It really exists, and to be 100% clear, once you get into and you got to know what you're doing to get in there. The people that are getting in there for a reason and for a purpose, and they're on there for a specific. You can buy anything you want to buy, anything from drugs to guns to killers to hitmen to social security numbers, passports, anything you want. You can get that on the dark web. And once your information gets over there on the dark web, it is very difficult to get it back off. So, you know, that's the real question. How much is your reputation, your social security number, your banking information, your passwords? What is that value to you? Is it valued at $22 a month or $15 a month or $10 a month? Or is it valued at nothing? That's the real question. Wow. And we run into people all the time, and we even have, you know, backup solutions for residential customers where we can back up their data and know that it's being backed up at a certain time every day, every week, every month, whatever the case. You know, we can back that, and that's another very valuable bit of information as well. What we live in such a digital world right now that our cell phones are attached to our hip every day. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really take notes much anymore. I hardly ever write anything anymore. If I have to write it, I'm going to take a picture of it, and I've got it on my phone there. I don't have to do anything. But we take pictures of kids, grandkids, brothers, sisters, moms, dads, children. You know, we take all those pictures. We store them on our phone. We dump them down to our computer. Well, what happens if you have a fire? I have a customer that contacted me a little while back. His house had burned. Well, he runs a business from his home,
Wow.
and had all of his financial stuff on his personal computer at home. He had a fire. He lost it all.
Wow.
What happens if a tornado comes through and you lose everything?
Mhm.
Some things are irreplaceable.
And I can tell you for a fact, over the last day, the last 24 hours, someone has attempted to contact me to get my personal information. One was a text on my phone, and I knew when they asked me to log into my Facebook account from that text, that it was a hacker. And then another one is an email I got for hundreds of dollars worth of software called Windows Defender. And I don't have a Windows product. So why would I buy Windows Defender? But I called him anyway, and he goes, go to the corner of your computer and give me some number. I said, I am reporting you to the FBI because this is a scam. You're trying to scam me and hack into my computer, and that's not going to happen. And click. Yeah.
Right. The other thing is, talking about what you're just talking about, a lot of people get emails all the time, and a lot of them come through as, an invoice. You see them listed as an invoice. Or
I was like, I never ordered this. That was my first thought. I never ordered this. And so I called. And he said, I want the number. And I have a Mac, so I don't have any serial numbers on the face of my laptop. But I knew for him wanting to know what type of machine I had, that he was if he got that number, whatever number it was, he could hack into my machine.
Right.
I know that they have that kind of capability. And, I'm a little smarter technology-wise than most people are. But, my information is out there on Google. You can Google me, and you can get my email address. You can get my cell phone number. And I'm more susceptible to, but I'm not the only one. If you have a Facebook account, somebody can get in touch with you and get into your personal information. They know how to get your personal information. If you have a Facebook account, and how many millions of people have Facebook accounts? If you're watching this, you have a Facebook account.
Right. And, it's pretty, technology is great, and it's wonderful, and it's a necessity in today's life.
Mm-hmm.
But it's scary at the same time, because of the ease of access that people has. I don't do this personally, but my daughters and my son, and all of my kids and nieces and nephews and all those family members, they set up Apple Pay. They never have to pull their credit card out of their phone, out of their wallet. They just walk up there and bling, and it's gone. And it's scary. It's scary to know that your whole life revolves around a digital footprint.
Yeah. A little device like this that's held in your hand, that is more powerful than, what was it, the Apollo 13?
Apollo 13.
That walked on the moon?
Yep.
The thing that we carry around has more computer oomph than the Apollo mission did.
So a little bit about what we do with our residential platform is, we monitor the health of your computer. We monitor the hard drive as far as, the capacity. If it's getting close to running out of capacity, we do certain things to free up some space on it. And Susan, you've heard me make this statement on Wednesday mornings quite frequently. Your laptop or your desktop computer, or whatever the case, your computer is just like a car. When you get in your car, you expect to turn that key, it crank up, be able to drop it in drive and go. Your computer's the same way. You get your computer, you want to open it up, push the power button, turn it on, get online, do what you need to do.
Yep.
Well, the truth of the matter is that car would not continue to go every time you turn that car on if you didn't keep the battery changed or serviced, if you didn't put oil in it or check the oil or change the oil, you didn't make sure the radiator was clean and had fresh coolant in it. If you didn't put gas in it, it wouldn't go anywhere. So your computer is along the same lines. There's certain things that has to be done on a computer on a consistent basis in order to keep your computer running in an optimal condition, such as your updates, your antivirus, your hard drive, and this is a topic for another day, gets fragged, and defragging that hard drive, and clearing your cache out, and all these things that keep your computer, that you need to do on a continual basis to keep your computer running at an optimal speed and performing for you. Those are the things we do in the background that you never see, but we just do it for you. And then, we provide you with antivirus. I can't tell you how many people tell me, I don't know what, I know I need antivirus, but I don't know how to, I just know I need to install it on my computer. Well, what happens if you get a threat on your computer? Do you know what to do with it? Most people don't. So we handle all that for you as well. So those are the things that we cover under that $10, $15, $22 a month service for you, depending upon which level, depends upon which service you get.
Right. Well, so if they want to contact you, how could they get in touch with you, Jeffrey?
The best way to contact us right now, just to be 100% clear with everybody, we are having a little bit of technical difficulty with our website right this minute. We got, as we're speaking, actually, my team's working on the website. So the best way to get rolling on this and contact us is to call our office at 229-96-5200. Push option 2, I think it is, which is sales. That will go to Miss Cindy Bragg. Miss Cindy Bragg. She's a dear friend of mine. Push option 2. It goes to Cindy Bragg, and she can answer any questions that you've got on it. So, and if she can't answer it, she can get in touch with somebody that can answer it.
Why don't you repeat that again? Because I didn't quite get it.
The number is 229. 392.
392.
Sorry, 229-396.
Okay.
5200.
Okay.
5200. Or you can go to our website, www.squad, SQUADINC.com.
Okay, awesome. Anything else you want to add about the importance of having technology monitored for your home?
Just know that whatever you do on your computer is never gone. It can be gotten.
It can be got and it can be seen, right?
It can be got and it can be seen. So just know that once you put it on that computer, it's there and somebody can get it. Yeah. So
that's the truth.
You need some. Everybody really needs a professional that does this on a daily basis to monitor and make sure that their stuff is safe.
Well,
that's just being truthful.
Well, I know I may have to get you to take a look at some of my stuff too, because I do work from home quite a bit. And I have some old technology here that, and I just mentioned 2 instances where I have been attempted to be hacked. So I probably need that service more than I think I do. So
I will say this: we're going to be having one of our goals for this year is to start having a lot of more educational seminars. So we're going to do some online educational seminars to teach about the importance of of exactly what we're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
as well as other things like Microsoft Office and some other platforms that are out there that people use on an everyday basis. We're going to start having some educational seminars on those type of things. So if you are on Facebook, which everybody watching this is on Facebook, go to our Facebook page, Tech Squad. I forget what it's called, but look up Tech Squad. You'll see this logo on it, and go to that, like that page, subscribe to that page, and we'll be rolling them out as on our page, and maybe push them out to Miss Susan as we roll along.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I would love to join in on some of that. You'd be surprised how many, I also recruit and train agents and mentor agents. You'd be surprised how many people don't know how to use an Excel spreadsheet. And in this day and age, if you don't know how to use your computer and how to push out information and also have spreadsheets. I mean, I'm still a spreadsheet person. I use Google Docs for my spreadsheets. And if you don't know where you're going, you don't know how to get, to me, if you don't track stuff, you don't know your business, so.
Right.
I'd love to be a part of that. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome, actually. All right, Mr. Jeffrey, thank you so much for coming on today. And I'll see you next Wednesday. And next week,
I'll be there.
I'll have another one of my BNI members on this 5 o'clock BNI Winnersville series. And we will see you guys then. Take care.
Great seeing everybody.
Thank you.